I mean, from obviously what we just saw, it wasn't Vaughn Kreed, the man who tried to run over Jamie Hyman because he was too busy laying out Spike with the aneurysm inside the back parking lot. But I wonder who it was. Your guess is as good as mine.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the No Limits Championship. Now approaching the ring, he is the current No Limits Champion. From Houston, Texas, he is the chosen one, Mitch Larson.
I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't know if we're going to reschedule or postpone this match or what. We already see Mitch Larson come up to the ring here, which obviously implies that No Limits title match is up next. But how is that going to happen, folks, when Spike is unable, well, let's face it, what we just saw with Vaughn Kreed do, he's clearly unable to compete tonight. No thinks that snake in the grass of Vaughn Kreed, but come on, folks. I mean, we all know the stipulation of the No Limits title. The No Limits title has to be defended every single UWA show. So if Mitch's opponent is unable to compete, what's going to happen to Mitch's No Limits title reign and the No Limits championship itself? Well, folks, we need to get some answers from the enforcer, Nick Willis or something, or maybe Vaughn Kreed can shed some light on why he attacked Spike or something. I just don't get what's going on with Vaughn Kreed, why he did this. And speaking of that devil, think of Vaughn Kreed, a member of the Nation of Violence. Hopefully there's some damn answers. And as far as you know, there's absolutely no beef between the Nation of Violence or Vaughn Kreed or Spike for that matter. Which is why it's totally mind-boggling why Vaughn Kreed would attack Spike backstage like this. I mean, what business does Vaughn Kreed have over No Limits championship match anyways if he was trying to screw over Mitch or Spike here tonight? I'm starting to think that Vaughn Kreed just wants to get attention and get notes that we've been pretty much downplayed in the last couple of weeks. Well, he has the mic. Yes, mission has been accepted by Mitch Larson facing Vaughn Kreed, but he has no choice. I mean, Vaughn Kreed has suggested that he takes the place of Spike, but of course if Mitch says no, then he'll have to forfeit his number this title just to defend every show.
Now introducing his opponent. He's the challenger, representing the Nation of Violence. From Los Angeles, California, he's the one-man mission, Vaughn Kreed.
We all know the stipulation of the No Limits title to defend every single show. So if Spike is unable to compete, that is only Richard Waters who will be able to still maintain his championship, which is being visited here tonight. And of course, Vaughn Kreed to take on Spike, challenge Mitch to face him tonight. But you ask yourself this, folks: why would Vaughn Kreed want to go for the No Limits championship here tonight? I mean, usually Vaughn Kreed has a purpose of why he wants to become a champion here, but it's almost as if Vaughn Kreed woke up and said, I want to be the No Limits champion. You know what? I don't know. Sometimes I don't even get what goes on my mind with Vaughn Kreed sometimes. I know you have something else to say to us, matter, old Steven.
Yeah, indeed I do, Rock, Jock. I mean, you know my whole stance and my opinion about former main eventers now competing for the No Limits title, which is, of course, a mid-card championship, by the way. I mean, it's supposed to be dedicated to the promising up-and-comers here in the UWA. Now, obviously, Vaughn Kreed's already established here. In my opinion, it's kind of a mismatch, but look at that. Mitch Washington trying to prove everyone wrong and trying to say that it's not a mismatch, and see that epic reversal there right in the beginning.
I don't know, we'll see. I mean, after how we've seen Mitch been built up since Claim to Fame, it's pretty safe to make a safe assumption that Mitch Washington has the capability of perhaps going toe-to-toe with the likes of Vaughn Kreed or any main eventer or established, former world champion here in UWA. I mean, we've seen him have epic matches with Jamie Heineman, Vicious, so many guys in the UWA roster. And we've seen Mitch do things that even some of the main eventers are incapable of doing.
So I have to agree to disagree, but as we pretty much said, Mitch Washington found himself in between a rock and a hard place where Vaughn Kreed took Spike out in the back, leaving no #1 contender for that No Limits championship. So pretty much we are in a mad dash scramble to find a #1 contendership real quick. I guess Vaughn Kreed just decided to make himself that man.
I'm sure a lot of fans are probably disappointed here tonight. I'm sure some fans out there are really disappointed CPV cards are subject to change. I mean, everyone's expecting to see a Spike and Mitch Washington match for No One's Tower. We all know how epic that match would be. But because of Vaughn Kreed's reasons for attacking Spike, which we still do not know yet, the reason why he attacked Vaughn Kreed attacking Spike we don't know, but all we know is the outcome prevented Spike from competing here tonight and getting that dream match, which we've been building up for the last couple of weeks. And because of that, it makes us look like total bait and switchers on the UWA fans.
We hear you, the UWA pride ourselves on not baiting and switching our people, but I mean, what can you do? I mean, Vaughn Kreed pretty much just put the power in his hands. I mean, us being commentators, we really can't do much about it. But look at this. It's actually going to town on Vaughn Kreed here. As he said, still no motive as to why Vaughn Kreed wanted to put himself in this match. Maybe get some answers, but hopefully Mitch can walk out the victor here. I don't want to downplay Mitch, but hopefully he can walk out the victor, so maybe we can get that rematch, maybe a pandemonium between Mitch and Spike. Who knows?
Folks, see this how I am considered Mr. Wikipedia of the UWA. I have that steel step shot on the Vaughn Kreed, is throwing those steps on the Vaughn Kreed. How deserving of Vaughn Kreed is it to see those steel step shots that we put Spike through momentarily? Way to go, Mitch. Treat that guy like trash. But folks, that's what I was trying to say. As we all know, I'm pretty much Mr. Wikipedia when it comes to UWA's history, but I do know this, folks. Vaughn Kreed is a former UWA champion, a former West Coast champion, former Underground champion, which means if he, for some stupid reason, becomes known as champion tonight, that'll make Vaughn Kreed the second man in UWA history to become a Grand Slam champion, of course, after the urban legend Gene Starwind. I think it's only a 2 count.
He just brought that newly acquired attention to my mind. Do you think that possibly that can be one of the motives that Vaughn Kreed wants to do this here tonight? Do you think it was just about time he sends those ranks, Jock?
It's definitely likely for someone like Vaughn Kreed to make his presence felt here in the UWA. Obviously, Vaughn Kreed's only done much since Claim to Fame, since he, Vicious, and Vampire lost to Gene Starwind, Spike, and Samoa Joe. I think it was Vaughn Kreed's pin attempt here, but only a 2 count. So, of course, if Vaughn Kreed somehow becomes a Grand Slam champion, just like Gene Starwind, obviously that would put Vaughn Kreed in an upper echelon of UWA's ultimate greatest talents to ever come to the UWA. Now Mitch goes up top of that elbow drop there. So that's my theory here tonight, folks. That Vaughn Kreed attacks Spike so he can get a No Limits title shot here tonight, so he can potentially become a Grand Slam champion. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
I can throw out a theory of my own here real quick. After this, Mitch Washington goes for the chosen bomb and drives him down. Oh my God, that huge impact on that mat. You see this Mitch hulking up in the corner, just feeding from the crowd. He thinks he's won this, and did he? And my goodness, Vaughn Kreed getting his shoulder at the last possible second. But let me go what I was saying. My personal theory of why I think Vaughn Kreed is competing for the No Limits Championship tonight. And I mean, we all know in wrestling that if you're a champion, you make that more money. it would not surprise me if Vaughn Kreed, notices that he's not making as much now that, of course, he's not in the title scene. So he probably put himself in the title scene in order to get more money. And that's what he wants to try to do. Maybe walk out the victor here so he get those bigger paychecks.
Yeah, I mean, Vaughn Kreed for come up. He hasn't been champion well over a year. So obviously, that figure might have some credibility, some validity to it, because last time Vaughn Kreed was champion was, well, believe it or not, was actually back in the fall of 2009 when he was the underground champion. Obviously, a long ass time ago. So I'm sure maybe Vaughn Kreed's tired of not being a champion. He probably wants to get that notice and recognition once again. Look at this. Obviously, we saw the last one with 8-10 here. Vaughn Kreed doesn't get steal the rope. Obviously, our senior official Bob Arnold. Obviously, he didn't. Once again, just like Robert Sweeney did not see the feeling up to lucky for Mitch able to kick out of it.
After the last match, we officially demoted senior official Robert Sweeney to just a regular referee. Now we just promoted, for some reason promoted referee Bob Arnold, the senior referee, and he's still making the same mistakes.
Bob Arnold, we haven't seen him officiate a match since last year. Obviously, he's probably just as incompetent as all the other UWA officials.
Look at that, Mitch. That vicious uppercut on Vaughn Kreed is trying to get back to the match. Enough speculating on the motives of Vaughn Kreed. I mean, really, who knows what's going on in that man's mind. So let's just focus on the match here. As Vaughn Kreed slithers out the ring. Yeah, I know, I said slithers.
I actually just thought there's two other possible theories, folks. One, perhaps he's trying to compete for the Middle East Championship to get like some upside, some leverage over this feud he's been having with Vicious, his Nation of Violence, brethren. Or maybe he's just doing the bidding of Lord Magma. Maybe Lord Magma wants the Nation of Violence to hold all the championships or something. We just do not know, folks.
Oh no. I don't know if you saw Mitch, but you saw the Vaughn Kreed just put in those steel steps and they just happened to land in horizontally. No, his neck can crash right into it. Oh my god! Oh my goodness, his neck, the back of his neck just crashed right in that vertical steel steps. Oh my god. And now did you see that uppercut? Oh my. Oh god, it's gotta be over for Mitch here.
I hope not, folks. He's put a lot of effort. He's had a great enormous title reign. This shouldn't end like this. And I would have preferred to see him lose it to Spike, but look at this. No, just like Spike, he gets the aneurysm too. Man, folks, I so would have wanted to see Spike and Mitch face it tonight, but come on. Come on, Mitch, kick out. Come on, Mitch, kick out of this. Thank you. And Mitch still breathing, still living here against Vaughn Kreed here tonight. He throws him off the ropes, and Vaughn Kreed countering with that huge uppercut.
Mitch Larson still showing everyone why indeed he still is a No Limits champion, why he is indeed defending that title with honor, and why he's the same man that defeated Jamie Hyman last month at that brutal match for the No Limits title. Those chairs where everything were involved, and then competed that same night in the Square of Despair match. Oh my way, he's gonna get some revenge and drives him down. Might have gotten some of the Vaughn Kreed's hips on that steel step, I don't know. But Mitch again, that uppercut. Who can forget that epic war that Mitch and Jamie Hyman had? They put each other through so much pain. And Mitch battling for that pain here tonight. If he can just hold out and just put Vaughn Kreed away with something. He tried the Chosen Bomb, didn't work. I don't know what he has to do here if he wants to win, but he's gonna have to try something.
Don't forget, folks, Mitch still has that Hellraiser in his arsenal to use here. As you see, Mitch is kipping up here against Vaughn Kreed's offense. Look at this. Speaking of the Hellraiser, look at this. Oh, that modified inverted suplex dropping him right on his neck. That Hellraiser, this could be all for sure for Vaughn Kreed. Perhaps Vaughn Kreed eating like Mitch's version of the aneurysm here. Look at this. And somehow Vaughn Kreed was able to kick out that Hellraiser there. That's the move that Mitch used to defeat Jamie Hyman at last month's CPV Square of Despair.
I don't know if any of you guys know this, but that move, the Hellraiser, Mitch Larson was actually taught that by his master, and he said never to use that move until desperate times. It's a last resort. So, man, that might not be good for Mitch Watson here. Oh, my! That Bulldog on the steel steps. It's got to be over. I mean, that Hellraiser didn't work. It just didn't work as that last resort. And what's Vaughn Kreed going to do now? Oh, no.